Okay.
A penguin takes his car into the shop, and the mechanic says he needs an hour to check it out.
What kind of car?
What kind of... A damn penguin car, all right? Anyway, he goes across the street to the 7-Eleven to kill some time and get an ice cream. Penguins love ice cream.
Really?
Sure. But because he's got no hands, the poor little guy gets the ice cream all over his beak.
This going somewhere?
So he goes back to the mechanic. The guy tells him, looks like you blew a seal. The penguin tells him, no, that's just a little ice cream.
What's up, everybody? Teen sensation Billy Tucci here. Welcome to the Brofessionals. I have the honor of hosting tonight's episode with my bros. Just want to say thank you all for joining us at this past weekend's Garden State Comic Fest. For those of you also at the Heroes Con the week before. And just a great time, great sense of positive energy, meeting all the fans, hanging out with all a bunch of really cool pros, some not so cool pros. But in the meantime, how about some really cool pros? And my first guest, the first bro to join us is the one who recommended the monkey joke about blowing a seal. It's probably his favorite joke. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Aaron Lopresti. I'm just terrible at this.
I was like, who's he introducing? And it was like, what?
Yeah, that's your favorite.
I wonder if that was filmed just moments before the chimpanzees went nuts and ripped people's arms off and broke their jaws and things like that.
Pretty much. And
I did laugh though at the joke, even though
isn't that a great joke?
It was not my idea. I want to put that out there.
It's a great joke. I'm going to try to go in alphabetical order right now. So what do you think of that?
Right? That's very studious of you.
Well, this man, the first man, who's technically the first man, but I guess literally the second man in or third man in. Him and his beautiful wife Helen hosted us Brofessionals last Friday night, not this past Friday, the Friday before that, at their manse down outside Charlotte, North Carolina, and we had a great time with them, drinking some whiskey, some beers, eating some great food. A man who's world traveler, rescuer, saved one of our other bros, was stranded at the airport for a couple of days. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Andy Smith, the first man. Oh, you look at you.
Oh, are we live? Oh, I was just catching up on some light reading.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Shiseni Yuraku, I know I messed that up, is Omnibus is now live on Indiegogo.
Yes.
This is the original trade paperback with the beautiful Frank Frazetta cover.
Thank you, Andy, for getting that book. Thank you. God bless. God bless. Well, let's go
My
next.
God, Billy, two weekends in a row hanging out with the TUCCI'S. My God.
Well, we learned something, and we're going to get these, our last two bros that'll be joining us tonight, how they'd never met in person before. And I'm just curious, how was that when they actually met? But before that, let's bring the one in, the man from Texas, the what would you call him? 6-gun Art Thibert?
6-inch Art Thibert?
6-inch Art Thibert hide, 6 inches high.
I meant his height. Why did you go there?
From experience. I'm not proud of it.
Oh my!
You gotta do what you gotta do to work in this business, Billy. I get it.
It doesn't work.
Can we start the show over?
Terrible.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gone. Goodbye, everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, our friend, the one, the only, the great Mr. R.T. Bear. What's up, bro?
Hey, bros. Usually it takes us a good hour to get to this point. So, yeah, this is a good show.
Yeah.
Six guns. But, we had a crazy storm last weekend, and I've never this tree, this honorable, it must be a 50-year-old pine tree, took the brunt because lightning struck that tree. I'd never experienced anything like this living in California. And I guess the lightning hits and it spirals around. So it just fractured all the way around. And it's only about 6-7 feet from the house.
Whoa.
So this thing took the heat. It took the brunt. Otherwise, boom. And it's right here. Like it would have just struck the
Is it like about to fall over or anything? Or is it?
No, it's in time it will. You know, it probably won't take too much time. But I guess when it hits, it like spirals inside. So there's like these shards all the way around, like for about like 10 feet. Like this big old strike of lightning. So we had a tree guy out today, and they said if lightning hits a tree, it's dead. There's no bringing them back. Yeah.
So now you got firewood for the next 20 years.
Or maybe even longer.
What kind of tree is it?
It's a pine tree, but it's got to be at least 50, 60 years old. I mean, it's maybe 50 feet tall. It's big.
Do you have a fireplace?
Yeah, and also I do have a fire stash because we do lose our power like we did that night. So I keep wood, to burn.
Yeah, don't burn that. Don't burn the pine in your fireplace.
Why will it just?
It'll ruin. It'll get all the creosote or whatever. You can't.
The sap or whatever.
Yeah, all that. You can't put sap. You can't burn. You could fire pit. You can. It's perfect, but not in your fireplace.
Because also it'll pop, right? That sap.
No, that's cedar. That's called F wood. You put some cedar in there, crackling. F wood. You know what I'm saying? Andy Smith, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
You know what I'm talking about,
F wood.
Yeah.
Family wood.
Family wood
all the time.
All right, guys. Listen, we had a man, and that's awful. Thank God it could have crushed your damn house, right? That would have been terrible.
Yeah, we were lucky. We were very, very lucky. Somebody was looking out.
Yes, that's right. The Lord in heaven. Thank you.
That's who.
That's right. Well, we got our next bro is man, freaking great hanging out with him two weekends in a row. I'm also going to get to see him in a few weeks at San Diego Comic-Con. The man who you came to his rescue, Andy Smith. You and Dennis. So maybe you should do the introduction of our next bro.
The man, the myth, the legend. He survived 14 hours in the Newark airport. No sleep to be had. Dennis and I swooped in, picked him up, and he got in the back seat, and we had a fun road trip home. He only had to perform a few services for the trip, too.
Did he have to show you
What?
his
I made him pump the gas, Aaron. What are you talking about?
You made him pump something.
You're a weirdo, dude. Man.
Oh, Lord.
That's terrible.
Well, who is
Are you going to introduce him
What's
or
his
what?
name?
Oh, yeah. Fraga. Boom.
Ooh, oh, what's Fragaboom doing?
Oh, Stranko. Look at that.
Oh, damn you.
Oh.
Reminds me.
Oh!
Oh. Now he peels his face off and he's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, no, man. This was, I did all the calculations. I got to the airport at 3:45 Sunday. From the show, we left at 3, got there at 3:45. The flight got delayed to take off. Instead of taking off at 5:30, they said 8:35. I said, oh, well, 3 hours. Turned into 9:30, turned into 10, turned into 11, turned into 12, turned into 1, turned into 1:45, and at 1:45, they canceled the flight.
Dang.
And there were no hotels to be found, none that could take anyone. And the booking agent, when I called them, the next available flight was Tuesday morning through Chicago. So what that meant is that I would have to sit, which I had already been sitting there since 3:45 in the afternoon. I would have to sit all through Monday night into Tuesday morning. And anyway, my brother David had the idea. He's like, is there anybody that's driving even remotely this way? And I said, Andy Smith. Oh, so I texted Andy. He called me very early in the morning. We took a lovely ride. Services were performed. I'm sure Andy said that.
Pumping gas, Dan. Pumping gas.
Pumping ass.
Pumping gas and slapping my ass.
Yeah.
And then so we drove, what was that, about 10 hours to Charlotte after all was said and done. And then my brother David picked me up at Andy's house, and then we did another 6 hours. So all in all, from leaving the convention, from getting to the airport and finally arriving at my front door was 31 hours.
Dang.
So how much did I sleep in the car? Like you said, like maybe an hour and a half?
Maybe an hour and a half.
Well, you said I slept through Delaware.
Well, yeah, but Delaware is
Delaware's
literally like a
small.
15-minute trip.
Yeah,
from Maryland to New
but I
Jersey.
slept through a state. But I counted all the states, right? What did we go through? New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. I drove through 6 states yesterday.
Dang.
Most driving I've ever done. But I'm alive. I'm not 100%. Like, I'm still pretty tired. But I'm here. I'm in
Well, there were
the
some
studio.
lucky people that got some killer drawings from you. I saw the stuff you were posting, Dan.
Yeah.
Killer, man. That black flag drawing.
You know what? Yeah, I was inspired, and I'm going to take this time to introduce our next guy. Because I was sitting next to him. I got to meet him for the first time. I can't wait to hang out with Aaron at San Diego Comic-Con, get to hang out with him. And then the collection is complete. But I got to shake hands with Graham, and it was on. And I was inspired by him. So that's where all my superpowers came from. Graham Nolen.
Boom! I know it.
See, he is still tired from the weekend.
Yeah,
We kicked his ass over that. It was that James T. Kirk bourbon that Dennis brought. Just kicked Graham's ass.
that
woke him up.
That was the other pieces.
Yeah, it
being
only
hungover.
took 13 minutes to get Graham on.
Right.
No,
Billy, what are you doing?
I don't know. I think from now
It
on,
only takes 10 to get him off.
Oh! I think.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna I think next time I'll go. I'll just have once the intro ends, we'll just have you all on. So we're just live. Hey, Graham Nolen, welcome. I know you had an epic drive home as well, and you guys stayed Sunday night. But before that, we met a lot of great people, especially Andy, Fragaboom, and I, over the past 2 weeks, and they're in the chat. So I want to say hello to them. I got you got Matt Costin, you got Dan Genovese, Kevin Thomas, good to see you, buddy. Donald Kent, Deerman, good to see you. Z Comics, Chris Thacker. What a print for the man Chris Thacker is. Great to see you. One slick dude. Of course, Fritzy Schnitzel is here, as always. Thank you, Fritzy. Bub66, Bill Dorm, Mr. Robert Romano. Guys.
Yeah, I got to
great
meet him.
to see him and hang out with him.
And Dark Gift.
Robert got
Dark
to share
Gift was
steaks
there.
with us.
We got to hang out with Dark Gift too.
I got to say, though, it was kind of
And
fun
Sean
watching
Ferris.
Robert sat next to me that night when we were eating steaks. And it was kind of fun watching him get through that steak. It took him a while, but he finally got there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I got to tell you, I have the bill, and I can go get that bill because I grabbed the bill.
Not as bad as the first night's bill.
Well, it was way worse, but it per person wasn't as bad.
Right.
Right.
The
Yeah,
total was
sure, of
worse,
course.
but the
The
per
person
person
pie
less.
was a lot
Yeah.
bigger in the first night, but man, some of you guys are damn slovenly gluttons eating $155 steaks.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't
I got.
me.
You know what I did?
That wasn't me.
I did the Graham
Oh, I thought
Nolen
that
method of going after the most protein you can, and I got the at least not the 40 ounces because those are the ones the guys you're talking about got into, but I got the T-bone, which was 24 ounces, and that was just the perfect steak.
A lot of meat.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of meat. Oh yeah. Oh, it was great. It was one for the ages, man. I mean, I love Graham Nolen posted a picture of it, then getting a lot of hate. I mean, how could you hate that?
I know.
What a wonderful time we had. But man, they piled on you pretty quick, didn't they, buddy? And did they pile on you, Graham Nolen, because maybe they hate us because they ain't us? Wait. What?
God, I wish you would slow down when you say that.
I think they like anus.
They hate us because they are not us.
Right.
Oh, I see.
That
Thank
sounded
you.
better in your head, didn't it, Billy?
Yeah.
It sure did, buddy. It sure did. And I got a great tweet. Let me find Literature Devil made a really cool tweet. I'm gonna let me just copy it now. I'm gonna share my screen with it. And thank you, Literature Devil, for that. Here we go. just he kind of summed it all up, didn't he? I think with his tweet. But let me share that. Share screen.
You keep threatening to share it, Billy, but there's no sharing going on.
Oh, give me a minute.
Give time.
I think I'm a great game, and of course. But
if you look closely in the background, you might be able to see that so tasty lettuce wedge.
Yeah, that lettuce wedge was a lot of money. Who ordered the lettuce wedge?
I did.
Yeah, that sucker was a lot of money. I'm like, it's like
nah, it was $14.
Yeah, for a half a chunk
God. Dude,
of.
I went to the grocery store and got you a whole nice round head.
A bunch of bacon, big ramekins of blue cheese and blue cheese dressing, and that blue cheese I could smear
right now.
I could smear the extra blue cheese on top of my steak.
Oh
yeah, dude.
Well, all right.
I did it right.
I love what Literature Devil wrote. He said the main difference between American comics and Comicsgate is that 6 years later, CG kings are eating steak and drinking wine, while industry pros are begging for rent money and crying about how comics broke me.
Nailed it.
That's pretty funny. That's good stuff right there.
But again, what a great show it was, and that's kind of what led to this this topic, because we had so much fun. I mean, and all the fans that were there that came out. I mean, that Saturday night of the Graham, I think that photo of me, you, and the Falcones is close to 10 years ago.
I don't think it's that old.
8 years, maybe?
Well, maybe, yeah, I guess, because it was pre-COVID for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's when we did the first one.
Yeah, it was just the four of us.
Yeah. The Graham Nolen Hawaiian shirt and cigar fest night.
Yes. And it has since grown to, I mean, because remember everyone, so we had dinner and the dinner went pretty long, but then we, went and we changed our shirts, or some of us did, or got our cigars and our stash and all. And man, when I walked out there, I couldn't believe how many people were out there.
There must have been 60 people.
Yeah, it was
easily.
And it was like, and then the whole death to this and death.
Yeah.
Did we wish death to Aaron Lopresti at one point?
We did.
We did.
We did death to everybody. We did
death
death
to
to Art Thibert.
Yeah, Art Thibert.
Well, with me and Art.
Hail Aaron Lopresti. And everybody goes, hail Aaron. Then somebody goes, death to Aaron Lopresti. Aaron Lopresti.
Well, Art and I are getting to that stage where death isn't that far in our future. So you guys get your wish.
Stop.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're younger than Graham, Aaron. So just,
Yeah, but he's way healthier than I am.
Hey, you guys, just know if my back would have allowed me, I would have been there eating, drinking, smoking with you guys for sure.
Nice. Maybe next
It looked like you guys had a great time, man.
We really missed you guys. Well,
maybe we can get both you guys next year.
There was a point at dinner where we said, wouldn't it be cool if Art and Aaron were here? Mm-hmm. So, we definitely missed you.
You were missed.
Yep. And then we wish death upon you guys.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, if you're going to burn an effigy of me, I should be there next time, I guess, so I can witness it.
But I got a question. So, again, we've been doing the Bros for 3 years now, maybe?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So we're all old pals because we see each other at least weekly. But Graham Nolen, you never met the man to your left.
No,
ever. So how was that?
We've streamed with each other for 3 years, at least once a week. And the cool thing is that Dan knocked on my hotel door. I opened it up. We hugged. We said, hey. We sat down. We started chit chatting like we were on a stream. And there was no awkwardness, because we've been talking for 3 years, so it was just, cool to shake a hand, hug a bro, and just, go about our business. And we had a lot of fun on our first date.
Yeah, it was great.
That's nice. Nothing like hugging a hoe.
Did he bring you flowers? Did he bring you flowers?
He brought coffee.
I brought coffee.
That's good.
Yeah, but he wasn't wearing pants. So it scares me that Graham said there was no awkwardness.
We went to a very nice liquor store, and also found in Jersey a dispensary. So I was able to get a nice, lovely vape pen for the trip. It was great. It was a good time.
Let me ask you bros this question. Now, I went into a dispensary for the first time with Dan, and I ended up buying some of that what is it called?
CBD
oil for my shoulder.
Mhm.
Now, here's the question.
Yeah.
Does that make me a hippie now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You freaking hippie.
Yeah,
An old hippie.
Anyway, so there's no
Death to the hippies.
Yeah,
Death to the
Death to hippie. I knew it when I saw you, Graham, at the Rhode Island Comic Con that time, and I called you a hippie in front of your fans.
You know, it's funny
Graham.
because the first time I met Graham, we were on a flight to Germany together, but we had never met, and I didn't even know what he looked like. And so we were sitting on the other side of the plane from each other, and we didn't talk at all on the flight there. But then I go, "Are you Graham Nolen?" He goes, "You here?" And we started talking as soon as we got off the plane, which was stupid because we were in the air for like 8 hours. But I remember looking over when I first saw him, and I said, "Shelly, look at that guy over there." She goes, "Yeah." I go, "Doesn't he look like a hippie to you?" And she was like, "Yes, he does." So I was way on top of this hippie thing years before.
You called it.
Excellent.
You know, I always thought Graham was a hippie. It's not because of the CBD; it's because of the flip flops.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a very hippie-ish thing too.
Well, yeah, it sort of straddles that beach hippie thing, you know.
Well, that's true. You could be a surfer, dude.
Yeah, I'm
right?
definitely a beach kid. I grew up on barrier islands, so
Yeah.
Actually, as of today, I'm a neo-Nazi racist anti-Semite.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
they
just
all
about.
White,
have
don't
on you,
forget white
bro.
supremacists too.
Yeah, we all fit into that category.
Yeah.
man.
What was
Yeah.
with that freak?
Yeah. Here's how it all came down. I posted the picture from our dinner, and then some dude posted something, which it must have gotten taken down or something. And then this other guy starts challenging him that it was a white supremacist saying or phrase, and then he starts connecting this dude with me because I didn't chastise him for being a white supremacist. I don't know this guy from Adam. I never heard of him before, never saw him before. And so then this dude starts piling it on me, you need to disavow him, you need to, and I'm like, dude, I don't know who this guy is. He's exercising his free right of free speech the same as you are right here, He didn't say anything, that I understood to be racist at first. Eventually he did. He posted this like all these newspapers, these anti-Jewish Holocaust denial newspapers, and I said, okay, fuck that. That's it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Now you're out. But then that wasn't good enough because I didn't act sooner, and I did, because everybody in Comicsgates is a racist Nazi.
Graham, don't you realize that you need to take one day? I don't know how many followers you have on Twitter, so I'm just going to make a number up. Let's say it's 10,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to sit down and vet every single one.
Well, that's what they want me to do, evidently.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, I can save you time.
The same way that
us
Apple does and Coca-Cola and Chevy, they make sure that nobody buys their vehicles that is a bad person.
Right.
Well, I don't understand that. See, the SJW, that's what they do is they spend all day vetting for us. Of course, they don't have a job, so they have the time to do it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, who's got time? I mean, if I post something, I don't read the comments unless something pops up when I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I don't even know who I'm
like,
following. I mean, I have no idea.
these people
Who's
have
got time?
Yeah, they do. They have no job.
I know
and
they
time,
do. But...
So they must go through every time this is their lives, Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's validation now.
And they see Nazis behind every rock and every corner. This guy thinks he's the Simon Wiesenthal of comics.
Right.
Well, the funniest thing is they don't even know what a Nazi is.
Well, yeah. Well, Nazi
who
to him
is
is anybody who disagrees with you.
Who's Simon Wiesenthal?
He was the great Jewish Nazi hunter.
Oh,
Who tracked down all of Hitler's,
right on.
crowd that went to Brazil, and
Sounds like a superhero.
yeah, he was an
Did
amazing
he
man.
work with Churchill? Is that group that like years after they were still hunting those guys down? Is that what that is?
He's part of the Mossad that they would track them down.
Yeah,
and
because
arrest them
I
and
saw
stuff
this
like that.
documentary on like Churchill put the basically assassins together to go after these people, and it was like even decades into it they were still hunting these people down. So they had started a life. Some of them had families, and they'd go, "Hey, knock on the door. It's your time."
Well, do you remember in the 80s they got that guy in Ohio, Demjanjuk. He was an auto worker in Ohio, and he ended up being like a guard at Treblinka. And oh no, and they finally proved it was him, and they deported him to Israel to stand trial. Even though he was in bad health, they were trying to say, "Oh, you can't."
Right.
So they wheel him out in a gurney and everything. It's like, man, you are going to face your time in court, motherfucker.
Yeah, in this documentary, the early stuff when it was fresh, they were just pulling them out, and they would double tap them right there, like they would just leave them, like it was brutal.
Yeah, and we got to think for Boner in sweatpants.
Yeah,
Hitler was an artist. You're an artist. Care to comment?
Yeah, that's the level of connection that they
Not
have,
a good
these
look.
knuckleheads have, Yeah.
Oh no, Hitler likes dogs, and Graham owns a dog.
Well, there
There
was
is.
that time.
There's the
There was that
connection.
time that Graham had that mustache, that weird mustache thing.
Wait a minute. Hitler dated a woman, and everybody here has dated a woman.
Dude, Hitler married a woman.
Oh shit!
Oh, no. Hitler breathed
Nazi,
the
Nazi,
same oxygen
Nazi.
we breathe.
Good
Hey,
Lord.
wasn't there a town? Where did I just read this recently? You guys correct me. I'm sure some of you guys are up on this. But we were just talking about like the Nazis fled to South America or whatever in Brazil, the boys from Brazil, all that stuff. Isn't there a town that was like almost completely made up of ex-Nazis someplace in South America? Where did I just read this? They're like all the descendants of these like.
Well,
Well, I believe
there was
it.
a large German community there. I think this is
Yeah.
why they went there.
Yes.
And like they have the Tyrolean buildings and all that kind of stuff. So it looks like you're walking in Little Germany.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
so
I saw that too, Aaron. Yeah, what was that?
my wife is watching like Cake Boss around Christmas time or something like that, and they're doing gingerbreads, right? And the woman that won is this blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman from Argentina. And she's like, I
See?
can't believe- and Debbie's like, isn't it amazing this woman from Argentina is able to beat, these people from France and these people from Pennsylvania and this beautiful it was amazingly gingerbread house. I'm like, well, honey, if you look close enough, I'm sure you're gonna see some Hitler youth in that. Gingerbread.
Hey, look at this.
I'm like, they're all
Look at this.
Nazis. I'm like, they all fled. She's
She
German.
still
They-
has
they
her
fled.
armband.
Yeah, they fled, Germany. The Nazis, all the high-ranking Nazis fled to go to Argentina. She'd never heard of that before. Crazy.
There you go.
Crazy.
Well, what I found out, we're just, again, typical professionals, we're all over the place. But during my first campaign, you look up countries when you're shipping international, right? And it gives you the choice. You got to pick what country you're shipping to in the mail program. And you can mail to Pitcairn Islands, which is where the bounty crew after the mutiny went and lived, and they started an entire colony on that island, and you could actually send mail there now.
Well, looks like Mr. Christian.
That's fascinating, Aaron. Fascinating.
Well, we were on the relocation thing. Okay, maybe it didn't end with the bang that I was hoping it would, but
You
I
can send
found it
mail to the
fascinating.
South Pole too. So
You can actually address a letter to Santa Claus, Aaron.
that's true.
Yeah.
but it won't really go there. You can
Wait a
actually
minute.
mail
Wait
to
a-
the
watch it,
descendants
watch it.
of the
Prove it.
bounty. You can mail to the
Prove it,
descendants
hater.
of the bounty. I mean, come on.
Yeah, prove it,
Mr.
hater.
Christian. I think they actually murdered Fletcher Christian, some of the other men or something.
They may have.
Yeah, I think they did.
That breadfruit boy and the chicks on the island.
Mm.
That is a brutal.
What is
combination.
breadfruit?
That's what they were there to pick up.
Bread? What is bread? That you just gave me a non-answer.
It like grows on a tree. It's like a fruit, but I don't know
Okay.
specifically what it is. I've never had it.
It's
I
like a
have
loaf
had
of
it
bread.
It's
I have
magical.
had
loaf of
ugly
bread
fruit
that
though.
grows
You guys
on
It's
ever
in
had
the
ugly-
name, right?
Yeah. Have you guys ever had
Breadfruit.
ugly fruit?
No.
Had what?
It's like a grapefruit, but it's just like someone beat it up. And then
Oh,
gives-
Aaron.
"Here's your grapefruit."
Aaron, is that like a dick fur?
Oh, stop it!
I'm not falling for that. I may be dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
Once again, fascinating.
Hey guys, we got 187 people watching. Thank you so much. Please smash the like button. All right, and hit the the subscribe bell
Thumbs
for
up.
notifications, please.
Yeah.
But so again, this was a fantastic comic book convention we had. We missed you bros that weren't able to join us. But what I find interesting is, again, this convention, and even Ethan was saying how he felt a little nervous at first coming because he didn't know what he was going to expect. But man, we were out there in force, and all our fans and all. And you got to think, if there were 60 people out there for the Graham Nolen Hawaiian shirt and cigar extravaganza, how many fans you think were there?
At the
Right?
show?
Had to be 100?
At the show?
Yeah, I mean fans that came.
Oh,
to
he
see
means
us.
our fans at the
They
show
just came
because
to see
60
us.
showed up outside.
Comicsgate fans.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just CG fans.
Oh,
Before we address that, I think you should share my screen. That is
It's
a
a dick
breadfruit.
fruit.
That's a breadfruit right there.
Oh,
That's
let
a
me
bread
take a
fruit.
look. I'm literally,
Something.
because somebody in the chat said I should write the airline and say I wasn't happy. I'm doing that in the background.
All
Yeah,
right,
give
Zachary,
more
I'll
money.
find you. I'll find you. I'm sorry. I don't do that much. I will though.
I'm terrible too. I mean, I just
Yeah,
tell people I'm
Zachary,
not
I'll
following.
write his name down.
Yeah.
Zachary.
I just post and I run.
Everybody follow Zachary.
Doggone it. Zachary Moroy? Is that French?
Leroy?
Marwa?
Mawa?
Marwa.
Did you ever hear about Ed Zachary disease?
No.
What?
Yeah,
Am I
it's,
getting set up again?
yeah, it's where your face look Ed Zachary like your ass.
Oh,
That's just like a dick fruit.
Dick, yeah.
Uh,
All right, so that was a great comic book experience, but I like talking to, I like to cover the good, the bad, the ugly. Before I do that though, how funny was that when we were going so we're going to dinner for Friday night. I make reservations for the 5 of us. It was
yeah,
me,
the bros didn't.
Graham, Dan, Andy, and Dennis. Andy's YouTube partner and writer on Core Draft. Dennis Turner. But I just made a table for 6 because I'm like, who's going to give us a table for 5? Might as well get a table for 6. We all meet in the lobby, right? And we're all about to walk out the door, and who comes walking in?
EVS.
EVS. Big E comes walking in with his
Yeah,
suitcase,
like summons like Beetlejuice. Just
Well, that was it because we were literally talking about Ethan,
yeah.
and he walks right in, and we're like, "Oh my God, it is Beetlejuice."
Like
we
we
said
were
his
right
name
at the
3
front
times.
at the sliding doors, Aaron, ready to literally we were figure, okay, who's going to drive? How many seats you got? And all of a sudden he comes walking in. He's got a sports jacket on. He's got...
This may be a poor juxtaposition, but if you'll share my screen for a moment.
Yes.
This is an ugly fruit.
Ugly.
Jesus.
Oh.
It actually looks like Big Bird's ball sack.
Well, the other one looked like the
No
Hawks
connection
ball
to
sack,
Ethan
so.
whatsoever, but that is, of course, an ugly fruit. So,
That is one ugly ass piece of that is one ugly ass fruit, I'll tell you that.
there you go.
But so he's like, what are we doing for dinner? We're like,
Yep.
let's freaking go. Come with us. And it was great. But
No, wait a minute. This
dang,
is before you guys ate?
we were
Yeah.
leaving to go eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Billy
I see.
just
I
booked
think
an
we're leaving the
extra seat
restaurant. Oh,
just in
okay.
case,
Yeah,
you know,
just in
that
case,
sort
didn't
of contingency, like magic.
And like a little secret Santa, you're not telling
Mm-hmm.
me sneaky. What are you sneaky? Ethan, not telling us you're coming in? Because we were all talking, that we're all coming in. Who's doing this? He didn't say it to anybody. And of course, with his damn luck, he comes right in to get a dinner, and then Chris Thacker. I'll get to Chris Thacker right away. But damn, so we had so much fun, and we drank a lot. We ate a lot of great steak, and we drank 2 bottles of wine that were $160 each.
We didn't know that, dude. I didn't know that. I actually would have put up a little bit of a fight. You know what I mean? Because like at a certain point, wine is delicious, and then you're paying for rarity. You know what I mean? I would have been like,
Right.
Let's dial it back.
Yeah.
For that money, we could have got 10 bottles. Not really, but 5.
Could have got a nice.
It was a great bottle of wine, though, I'll tell you that. But you buy it in the stores, it's about $40. But
right.
for sure.
Should have brought your own.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Stop at Trader Joe's on the way there.
Yeah, right. Chris Thacker, thank you for $5 super chat. This is to Graham Nolen. Mr. Nolen, why is the Chenoo so fun to draw? Working on another drawing. Thanks, Fraga, for encouraging me to draw more often. And Chris Thacker, Chris, is an awesome guy who
good dude.
Amazing drawings. Thank you so much. But why is it so fun to draw?
Well, because the Chenoo is all about love, my friends. He's all about love, and that is why he's fun to draw.
And he's a monster, which automatically makes
That's
it
right.
fun to
Makes
draw.
him fun to draw.
I'd like to know whose heart he ripped out of, and that's what he's holding.
Yeah.
Is anyone in particular? But you can give that to your gal. You can give that to your significant other as a present, as a gift, and write their name on it. Write a Ben. If you're giving it to Ben, a little Chenoo to Ben. Right?
Hey, that reminds me. I just got a note from the manufacturers today that the stuff is coming. The materials are en route. They're going to be shipped, and then they just got to put them together. And it won't be too long before we have the Chenoos. And on the heart thing, there's going to be a mini print that comes with it. And it's this hot girl in a bikini in a hot tub, sitting on the edge of a hot tub during a snowstorm. And the Chenoo is in the background coming towards her, looking all sad and with a ripped out heart in his hands to pretend.
Graham,
That's great.
Tell me, is it true? Because I heard that you were able to get a deal with the manufacturers of the Chenoo because that the dies were made of a more common material. The dies used to make the Chenoo were made from SJW tiers. Is that true?
That is very true, Dan.
That's amazing.
That is true.
This thing is just so good to us.
Yeah, I wonder if there were, because there had to be haters there, because this show was unbelievable. It was packed. The show. I'm sorry, Dark Gift. Let me go check for your super chat. I must have missed it. I apologize.
There's a couple. There's a couple of super chats in there, man.
Are there? All right, let me find them because I got
just click on the starred, Billy. It's all under starred. All the
click
chats.
on starred.
Starred. Okay. All right, I'll go to starred. Hang on.
Show all of them.
But of course, Vaughn Coleman. Of course, Vaughn Coleman thinks that the best part of his night was when Vaughn Coleman showed up.
Well, he's a really
Starred.
cool
Here we go.
dude.
Wow,
I
starred.
really like that
Nice.
guy.
All right, this is so cool. I didn't know this. First of all, thank you so much. Here he is, Squibs. $1.99.
Squibs.
Rose, thoughts on David Corn Sweat as the new Superman?
I don't even know
who that is.
I saw a picture of him. I saw a picture
He looks
of him.
good.
He looks the
looks
part.
fine.
He looks like a young Henry Cavill.
His face looks good, but he has to work his muscles.
He's like
Yeah.
6'4", right?
To walk out.
He's a little thin in the neck, and he has to work his traps.
He's got to get Cecil to train him.
Graham, what kind of muscles should he have? Can you show us what kind of muscles he should have, Graham? No.
But he's got to have his traps, and then he's got to have the
think-
guns of Navarone.
The
Guns of Navarone.
All right, and thank you so much for that. Oh, our friend Sean Ferris. Thank you, Sean. $17.76. Hail, bros. Melissa and I had a great time hanging with you all in Garden State Comic Fest. We missed the Kings last night for a second straight night. For the Spain Inn.
Yeah, he
Andy.
went back.
Yep,
That's where they took us to
I
eat.
mentioned that so Graham and
heard
Andy
about
can
that.
let the rest
That's
know
his
what
favorite.
they
That's their
missed.
favorite place, man.
I heard about 40-ounce steaks is what I heard about.
I had a
on
T-bone
Stones.
cooked on a stone.
Yeah.
The
Man.
waitresses
And the
cut our
shrimp,
steak
man.
for us.
You know what I was doing? I was
Shrimp.
sitting uncomfortably in an airport waiting for a flight that never happened. Yeah, bastards.
Yeah,
Well,
you could have
we
been
were
there eating that
toasting you,
cheeseburger.
Dan, while you were in the airport. We said, "Death to Dan Fraga."
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. At the airport. Oh, Lord. But
Got
Sean,
other voodoo dolls were sticking pins in it.
so Sean had these albums from his, let's say, his adopted grandfather, World War II veteran, Navy veteran, and you got to see the photo albums that this man kept. It was truly a privilege to look at, and it was just amazing, from all the different places he was in the islands, and just newspaper clippings of even things before the war. And it ended up with some pretty interesting hoochie coochie girls, if you know what I'm saying. Little stills, little Polaroids that that little Randy sailor must have gotten when he was over there in Okinawa or occupied Japan somewhere. So thank you for that. It was worth the price of admission. Again, we got Chris Thacker again, unless it's the first one. Yep. Yep. Truly. Thanks for letting me lurk about on Garden State Comic Fest, bros. Best time ever hanging with you all. Cannot wait to do it again. Truly quality peeps.
And Chris came all the way from Maine for that show.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
I forgot that.
Yeah, look at him go.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a fan flying from Chicago when she saw the guest list for all of us being there. So
Lily.
yeah, Lily. And she
Yeah,
did a drawing
talented
for all of us,
artist.
too.
And she did
Yeah,
drawing
she
for
did.
all of us.
I got a ninja from Naruto. It's pretty
Yeah.
damn cool.
Yeah, Graham, what'd you get again?
I got a little Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got an
nice.
enemy ace because she knows all the things we like. So she knows like I watched, war comics, and so she got me a beautiful enemy ace. Thank you so much. And again, Chris Thacker too. What an amazing artist
Fantastic.
Chris is, and you keep it up, bro. Just keep drawing, painting. I mean, just fantastic.
You got a whole bunch of super chats.
Yeah, I do. Let me start hitting them. Dark Gift, what's up, bro?
That was great meeting him, man.
Oh,
really
man.
great.
Hail Don Tucci. Great meeting you. Great meeting you, Andy, Graham, Dan, Cecil, Robert, Al, and EVS. Had a blast. That was a great dinner, man.
Oh yeah.
What a great dinner. I already did that one. I apologize. Let me lurk. Sorry, Bone Metal. Oh, thanks, you guys, for all these super chats. Bone Meal. Sorry, $2. They hate us because comics didn't break us. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
True.
We broke comics. Sorry, not sorry. How was that? Was that pretty good, Aaron?
Oh,
It was a
I loved it.
break.
Another great performance by Billy Tucci.
Thank you. Never had a
Hey,
left.
speaking of great artists, did you guys happen to see that little bit that Kenneth Rocaford, he was doing like some sort of painting or something on
yes.
Twitter? Shoot, that's
With
pretty
the
I saw
armor?
that.
But
Guy's
you
so
see how
good.
small it was?
Yeah,
It's really because he's got a brush like this.
He's really, really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got a
Anyway,
Kenneth Rocafort cover.
another
Anybody
side
else got a
note,
Kenneth
I'm here for
Rocafort
that.
cover?
Yeah, I
You
got me
will
a
with
cover
show, that's
from
my
Kenneth
mission.
as well. I wish I wish he sold his originals because I'd love to have that
Well, he
black
does
and white
commission.
cover that he did.
Yeah.
No, he keeps everything.
Oh.
Well, from his comics, you mean?
Yeah.
Because he does commissions, right?
Well, oh man, I could have hired him to do a commission.
Get a commission and make a cover out of it, and then
There you go.
pay him a little royalty. Or send him a
Did
bunch
you
of copies.
keep yours, Billy? Did you?
No, I offered him, and he didn't even reply.
Hey, Lily's in the chat.
Really?
Where's
Oh,
Lily?
yeah.
Neon
She's
Todd
Neon Todd
Studios.
Studio.
Oh, let me go to Lily. All right, I'm going to go back to the stars, but let me go to Lily again real quick. Hang on. Let me go to the live. Here we go. Thank you, guys. Wow, all the stars. Thank you. Where's Lily? That was wonderful meeting her.
Neon Todd Studio.
Neon Todd. There she is. Hey, there she is. Hey, Lily.
Hello.
Thank you so much. What a great. Thank you for being so generous and giving us
Love the
those
art,
gifts.
and
That
her
was
web
great.
comic was great.
Lily is Neon Todd Studio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I know.
And real quick, we're going to get to some things, but let me get to these super chats again.
I wish you would, Billy. Quit stalling. Jeez.
No, I know.
Yeah,
Bobby,
let's get to the show.
Bobby Chrisafis. I guess you're Greek. Efaristo.
There's his logo. Look at that's his logo right here.
Nice. So it's Kri. If he's Greek, it's Chrisafis.
Wasn't he hanging out with Vaughn and that crew?
Oh yeah.
Is that the
Oh,
same?
yeah,
Vaughn?
what's
Alan,
up, man?
Zach,
Okay.
Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't know last names. Yo, Fraga. Great meeting you at Garden State Comic Fest. Thanks for all the insight, advice, and splat stories.
Yeah, man.
Also, it's great to see Uncle Billy, Graham, and Andy. Yes, it was great hanging out with you, pal, once again.
Yeah.
Good dude, man. Good dude. And Hydra Shock. We got another super chat here. Another $5 super chat. Thank you. Fraga, do you have a few lines of freestyle you could throw out now about your long journey home at all with Andy and Dennis?
Yeah, I was supposed to take a flight south down to the nation, but instead I sat there with a bunch of cancellations, delays. I ain't playing. I'm not excited. In fact, I'm going to fight it and get money from United.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, drop that beat. Yeah.
An instant classic.
Okay, Aaron, it's your turn.
Yes.
Okay, so this penguin's got this ice cream,
I
right?
don't like them, Sam. I am.
There once was a girl from Nantucket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right. So again, that was a great convention, a great night, a great evening.
Dude, one of the best experiences I've had in like recent years. I'd say the last since the 90s, probably one of my favorite comic book experiences.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So now, Aaron, we all had a great time. We had a great con experience. What's one of your worst con experiences, Aaron?
Well,
really?
No, I went to. You guys ever done that show in Phoenix? It's a really big show, but it's
a really big show.
Really big show.
They have They have like a gaming section in the hotel that's really big, and but nobody goes to the show. It's like this massive hall filled with dealers and stuff like that, and there's nothing but cosplayers there, and they're all out in the lobby taking pictures with each other. It's just like, I mean, so I guess I shouldn't be saying this. I don't want to insult the people that put the show on, but it's like I've been there twice. And it's like Tumbleweed City. I sat there on the Sunday and I drew finished color pieces that I could put up on eBay to hopefully make money that I didn't make at the show because there was nobody there. That's one of the silliest ones I went to. Even though they paid for the trip, I was like, why isn't there anybody here? I mean, it was just a humongous show, but I've never really had an experience where, other than people mistaking me for Adam Hughes, I've never had any experiences that were like, horrific or something, or like, oh my gosh, I'll never go there again because the people were horrible or whatever. It's just, sometimes you go to these shows and they're like, it's a 3-day show and you're sitting there going, are there any fans here at all? Anybody going to walk through the door? But that's really about it. Yeah,
you get to know everybody there at the show, even the weirdo that makes jewelry and
that's right, exactly. You become friends with all the dealers.
Hey, wait a second, Thibert, my daughter was that weirdo at Heroes.
Oh,
she had her own table. She
was parked next to me making bracelets and little buttons.
Well, let me just
some good money.
Your daughter. How old is she?
12.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
That's the appropriate age.
Yes.
Well, I got something. It's usually the things that get sent to me. And Dark Gift actually tweeted this, but I'm going to share my screen here. What's up with this? I want Graham Nolen explain this to me. I don't really quite get this. Again, they hate us because they ain't us. Thomas Roy Loop? Never heard of him. Same gay, different day.
Oh, no. There's a huge difference.
We didn't have any milkshakes, did we?
No, we had
that would have been
steak.
really.
If it had
would have been
bourbon in it,
delicious.
we might have.
If you add up all the meat on that table, we just slaughtered a cow and just said bring it all
at
over.
least a cow, dude.
Oh yeah, plus
At
half
least
the
a
ocean.
cow. Oh yeah,
Well, and the other thing is, the guys on the right are actually creative people that make comics. The people on the left were people that were gatekeeping comics and destroying Marvel. So
well done, Aaron.
I believe you mean bimbos.
Hey,
I didn't.
we don't need to call names.
I didn't.
I'm
But
sorry.
I don't even think I don't even understand the tweet. I'm not really sure I understand what he's saying there.
I don't either.
I would say that it makes no sense.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
It's nonsensical. There you go.
The butt hurt is real, says Dark Gift. So I guess that one didn't go over the way they wanted it to. It's like, it's like when, you're a lion and you want to eat a tuna.
Well, the thing is, if you have to explain the joke, it's not.
Yeah.
So Aaron, jumping on what you said though about the cosplayers, is a lot of shows you got to have a convention to promoters out there that there isn't a lobby to get into your con, right? You've got to be able to pay to get into the lobby of the con. A lot of conventions, and it used to be like this, but now with the cosplaying, and MegaCon did this, is that they had the MegaCon was in this giant convention center, but you could just walk into the convention center and hang out in the lobby. And if you wanted to get into the convention, into the actual into the hall, you had to pay to get it. There had to be 2,000, maybe more, cosplayers gathered just in the lobby because they want to see each other. They don't care about it, you know.
Right? They turned it into their own little convention.
Well, they want to be seen, and they want to have their picture taken with fans.
Right.
And the thing that I always try to do is it's the old thing that you said, Billy. You really were profound during Aaron's trivia, which is what does that person want? And the thing that I thought Dave did really well with Garden State is he had an incredible guest list. He had fantastic retailers. He had a fun venue and the kind of fans he wanted at that show were comic book lovers of comics, old and new, and of the type of creators we were. I saw a little bit of cosplay, but they were there in the show. But what those fans came for, I believe they got, and he really thought of that. Whereas a lot of these other shows, they're so unfocused with, we've got a celebrity VO person, we've got a wrestler, we've got a comic book person, and how do you sell that show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a little different. So
and he had a very diverse and massive comic book guest list.
This was a great guest list.
I mean,
I got to meet Lee Weeks, man. I got to shake Walt Simonson's hand again. I got to meet Wheezy for the first time, which was really just fantastic.
Yep.
You know, it was great.
They're amazing people, and the cool thing is that what I love too is that they had two rooms. One was titled the Heroes Room, and the other was titled the Villains Room. And our Thibert, guess where they put us?
Villains.
No!
Heroes.
Oh, heroes!
How great was that? But I mean, but Dave O'Hare and his crew, they had a great green room. If anyone got to the green room,
I had Jersey pizza there.
Yeah, and he had wraps and he had chips and he had Mexican food and things like. You didn't get to that, Fraga?
No.
You're too busy.
I missed it the first day, but the second day they had like ziti, baked ziti, and they had pizza, boxes of pizza. And I love New York, New Jersey pizza.
Yeah, Big City, that's my wife's favorite.
Hey, the green room either makes or breaks a con, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I guess. What's up, Kevin Ryan? He's in the house.
Yeah, what's up, Kev? Yeah, I said hello to him more. What's up, Kev? Great seeing you this weekend, buddy.
Since we're talking
Greg
about
Hildebrandt.
Thank you.
We're talking about conventions. This is a great topic to bring up, and I'd forgotten about it. But Fritzy Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
We know who you're talking about.
For as much time as we spent in Germany, you would think that I'd get that right. Then did you guys see the headline that all the big companies like Netflix, HBO, Marvel are pulled out of San Diego?
Yeah.
I saw that today.
Yep.
No, why?
Money.
Because they're
The writer's
Probably
strike.
They don't have the money?
No, it has to do with the writer's strike.
Oh, does it?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
because
They
I think-
can't bring the actors in, right?
Well, they could bring all
No,
that
they can
stuff
bring
in,
that.
but it's kind of like what the writer's strike represents. They're really fighting for something big, especially with the AI and how AI to do text stuff, it's a cakewalk. So they're like literally the first line of defense against AI taking over creative jobs. So it's a major thing. And for the studios to go there and kind of be celebrated, and it would look like strutting. So they're kind of it's sort of a representing.
But Dan, is there any chance that this is a beginning of them just pulling out and saying this isn't worth our investment time to be?
You know what,
involved in?
dude? I would be very happy if that happened, because my first San Diego Comic Con was '89.
Yeah.
And it was when it was downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the very first time it was at the convention center in '91. It was just Hall A, B, and part of C.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was like, and going all the way up to around, 99, 2000, fantastic show to go to. It was the gold standard. It was the best. And when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie showed up at San Diego Comic-Con, that is when it all changed. That is exactly when it changed, and they saw that this place has firepower because it went from a comic show, even though it's in SDCC, you know, it's a comic convention, but it's basically turned into a pop culture convention. Yes. Where and you know, when they used to give you Artist Alley space because you were a professional, it felt like an honor to be in there. Then they started selling them, and it just it changed. It changed. So anything to get it back.
But in the bigger picture, the bigger sense is, so if we go there this year, and we'll find out, I guess, are there going to be like gaping holes where they had booths and just there's nothing there?
That's what's hard not to think there wouldn't be. Either that, or if you take the square footage that all those booths, all those companies that aren't going, you just scoot it down, and maybe it actually doesn't go from one end of the convention center to the other anymore.
Or well, I wonder if it's too late for that, but because I've seen the map, because I'm an exhibitor, I've seen the map, and it's the full convention center, at least it was. But if that starts to happen, I mean, Comic-Con is such a huge, like, it's almost like a conglomerate, you know what I mean? It's like this massive thing. It's no longer just a comic book show. And if they start losing, like Hollywood, which takes up a third of that convention center right in the middle, that's where all that stuff is. And Marvel's not there. I don't even think DC does it anymore, do they? And it's like,
well, they were.
I don't think
DC and Warner Brothers were put together last time I went.
Okay.
The other thing too is it's gonna this sort of thing will have a ripple effect on San Diego's economy. The convention itself represents a major piece of San Diego's business as a whole, like a huge chunk, and how much of the convention's business are those studios, how many fans that come there to spend money on hotels and restaurants and tchotchkes and things, how many of those fans are going to not go? It'd be interesting to find out, you know, just to see the data.
It's not going to affect their gate this year, obviously, because all the tickets are already sold and everything, but I'm just talking about the money they're getting from the dealers. And if those people start to pull out, if you remember when you first went in 89, my first year was 87, I think.
Yeah.
There was 40 to 60,000 people there at that con, and it was like and it was just a comic book show, and you know, collectible. There was posters and toys and things like that, but that was all it was. And you had the publishers on one side, on one room over here on the hallway, and then the dealer's room was on the other. And you would just, you know, if you wanted to show your portfolio, you'd go and show it at Marvel, and you walk over and buy, you know, whatever.
Hey, as an aside, do you remember they had the artist gallery? They'd have this little roped area, and then they'd have this artist gallery that you could walk through.
Yes. And it was huge with 40 to 60,000 people. Now it's 150,000 people in the door, and they say that there's up to 100,000 people who don't even get in. That they just
hang out
circle around
outside,
and do the stuff outside. So that is, if that were to shrink, they would have to, I mean, this would be interesting to see over the next couple of years if that's what happens or not.
Well, the thing is, there was a San Diego con before Hollywood, and there will be one after.
Right, but it's going to will they, you know, have to resize to only? I mean, how do you go from being on top of the mountain to okay, we got to take, you know, a few?
Hey, it should go back to that, man. You know,
I agree.
I remember, you know, that's where I got to meet Jack Kirby and shake his hand was when it was downtown. You could just walk up and meet a legend, you know, and it wasn't a bunch of, here's the word, art, hullabaloo. It wasn't a bunch of craziness. And then another time I remember, and this is when it was in its new place, but Travis Chare's X-Men Wildcats, they did a gallery showing upstairs where you can walk in and like just look at all the original pages. And I remember we all went up there and it was like church, you know, it's like just, you know.
Yeah, they still did cool things, but it just wasn't Hollywood stuff. It was comics, you know, and things like that.
Stuff.
And it was a pretty good show. I think it could go back to that. It's just such a zoo. It's a pain now. It's a chore to go. And
what are they going to do with Hall H? if no Hollywood's there to unveil
Yeah, right.
shit, you know.
They'll do the costume contest, because that used to be the big thing, was the costume.
That was the
contest.
big thing Saturday
That was
night.
the
Everybody
big
had to go see
thing.
the
Yeah,
costume
everybody
contest,
was there.
you know?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, we used to go to parties. They'd have the parties in the hotels and stuff, and you'd walk around. And there's Dave Stevens in the middle of the party, you know, and I went
top
to
of the
one party.
Hyatt.
Yeah, the top of the Hyatt.
Yeah, the top of the Hyatt too.
That was always hard to get in because it was such a small area.
Yeah,
Everybody
right.
tried to get up there, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if you didn't
I
get up
got
there
to-
early, you didn't get in.
95 is probably my favorite of the San Diego Comic Cons. It was the year Rob had the spaceship, and
Mine
he
too.
had Kodiak, and we had the Glory model to play Glory,
Yes.
who I was her chaperone.
Oh, nice.
And we all went out to go see Waterworld. It was just
And you were
great, and that's
disappointed.
where I met Steranko for the first time and got to sit there in the lobby and just talk with him for about 5 hours.
Well, the cool thing
so
about the
cool.
old show too, before it got huge, I remember meeting Mobius on the floor, Sid Mead, who was the oh my gosh, the animator that did Jiminy Cricket for Disney.
Was it
what was
Frank Thomas or
the guy
Ollie-
with the
Ollie,
big
Ollie
no,
Johnson?
no, it was the guy with the big glasses that was the guy that had all the
Oh,
trains.
Kimball.
Ward
Ward
Kimball.
Kimball.
Yeah. I met Ward Kimball and God, just all kinds of people. You would just walk around and there'd be somebody there, you know. And now it's like they have times at the booth. If you're even, you know, you get
Yeah.
to, they go, well,
If you
he's
can
going
even
to be here
squeeze in
from
there, yeah.
this
Now
time
you have to
this
wait
time.
in line to get tickets to wait in line.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
that's
yes.
totally serious. You have to.
Yeah.
They have line
yeah.
to wait to get passes so that you can then stand in line to hope you get a ticket to get this exclusive toy. It's absurd.
Yep.
It's crazy.
yeah.
I saw William Wyndon there once. I wanted to get his autograph, Graham, but he was asking. I was willing to pay $20 for William Wyndon's autograph, but he wanted 50, and I wasn't gonna do it.
You weren't going to go there.
Who's William Wyndon?
Oh,
Well,
he was.
Aaron,
Commodore
Aaron
Decker.
asked him if he would. He said that his price was too expensive, and William Wyndon said, "Don't you think I know that?"
It used to be cheaper, but not
But
anymore.
not
Who-
anymore.
Who is he?
There's an episode of Star Trek called the what's it
Doomsday
called?
Machine.
Doomsday Machine,
Oh,
where he
okay.
plays
That's
Commodore
not-
Decker.
So those were his lines.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
are lines from the show.
Okay.
Oh, my favorite San Diego Comic Con experience. This is when it was smaller too. Is you know, Lou Ferrigno's always, you know, he's always at this thing, and this
always
is
on
when
your
like
mind.
all those guys were still alive, like Adam West, and you know, all those guys like Frank Gorshin. They used to all do the show, right? And like all the Star Wars, like Uncle what's his name from Star Wars?
Fester.
The guy,
Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen. Yeah, it was always
Amberoo.
sad because there would be nobody in line for him.
I thought he got crisped, so I didn't even believe him.
I didn't even believe it was him. But anyways, it was like a corner and Lou's there. And so my friends and I were just like, you know, if you picture Pirate, you know, Lou, he gets pissed. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, let's see. So then the whole thing is one of us goes up and talks to him, and then the other one comes up and snaps a picture.
Hey, you know what, Art? What if by some strange
He remembered.
That's right. What if that shit where he took off with the driver without you was like, I will get him.
He's got a photographic memory, and he remembers.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's Lou
it's like-
Ferrigno, not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he starts going.
No, but he turned red. He was so pissed, and he raised his voice. He's like, "No, come back!"
No.
I think
slow motion.
I think it was Bo Smith's son Nick. We were at San Diego or something, or one of the shows that he took a picture with. He was asking Lou Ferrigno questions, and he's like, "Buy my book," and he goes, "Well, you know, can I take a picture with you?" And Lou's like, "Yeah, it's $25." And he goes, "Well, I don't have any money." And Lou goes, and wait, Bo's son said, Bo just goes, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" Like,
We were waiting in line to get our car, so we're at the valet, and so then there's Gene Simmons right there, and so there's a couple of guys dressed up like stormtroopers, and I just said, "Gene, I'm a big fan of Kiss and you." And he said, "What's your name?" I said, "R.T. Bear." And he goes, "I know you." He did a couple forwards and a couple comics I've done. And so then I said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And he goes, "Yes." He goes, "Walk with me." And so
you walk with me.
Do you remember that old scary guy in Phantasm?
Yeah.
And he'd always like, "Boy," and he'd walk all slow. It was like walking with that guy. It's like Gene's like kind of walking very deliberate and very slow. And so I just remembered, I go, "Oh my God, this is gonna be great." So I grabbed the stormtrooper's gun. And then I stood next to Gene and I pointed it at his gut because he's a monster. And I just pointed at his gut, and my friend snapped a picture. And it was a good time.
Simmons is tall.
He's
tall. Yeah,
especially in his platform shoes.
Yeah, and he speaking of picture, Fraga, look what I got.
What you got?
Oh, hello.
There's the Glory Girl.
That's not the one.
Oh, that's not the one.
She was cute.
Billy?
No, we had 2 glories, and that was our second glory.
That was
really?
Glory
So this is Glory.
No, this girl was a real sweetheart. The glory that was at the 95 convention we found at a mud wrestling place at Rob Liefeld's bachelor party.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
She really looked like a superhero. You know what I mean? This girl.
No, I hear you, brother.
But that girl's flavor that you just showed me, the second one, had more of a sweetheartness to her.
Yeah, she was so cute.
The other glory we had was like pure fire.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Boom.
Yeah. Hey, I want to take, while you're showing pictures, I want to take a second to show the picture that Lily drew.
Yeah, let's see that. Hang on a second.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, bro, that's great.
Sweet.
And while you have me big, just remember that Steranko's eating your grass because he the goat.
Oh, snap.
Yo.
What's up?
Anyway, so when I met her, I'm like, oh, let's take a picture. I'm like, can I pick you up? She's like, yeah. I'm like, wow.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, you're like, can I grope you? She's like, sure. And Billy, of course, would not turn that down either.
You look pretty good in that picture too, Billy. I felt
young.
Yeah, I was
a
like
weird
26
sensation.
years old, 27 years
That's
old.
gross.
Yeah. Billy had the hair.
Hey!
You want to say hi to the boys? You want to say hi to the boys? Get the spit out of your mouth. That's gross. Here, put this in your ear so you can hear them. Look at the camera. You're right there. You want to hear them? Okay.
Oh, hello.
We can hear you now. Say hi,
Hey, Sammy.
boys. Say hail CG.
Hi, Sammy.
Can you say hi, Comics Gate?
My daughter's name is Sammy.
Yeah, he's got Aaron with the red hat. He has a Sammy too.
Yeah.
She's a dancer.
Yeah.
Those were cool pictures, by the way.
Oh, dude, those are beautiful.
They're getting some Fred Astaire
Thank
vibes, man. Like
she's
got
good.
that motion. It's awesome.
Thank God she didn't get any of your
Say good night,
looks.
boys. Say good night, boys.
Night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
We got a super chat from Mr. Gable, Mr. Bob Gable. Thank you, Mr. Gable. $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Aaron, you have to stream from San Diego Comic-Con.
If I can figure out how to do it, I will.
There you go.
I think all 3 you have to.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'm planning on it. I hope I can do it. Again, another from Mr. Bob Gable. Thank you, sir. $4.99 super chat. Do you think the CG Kings can get that space for next to nothing? It would be great. What, the
San Diego? No.
Yeah, San Diego.
We could get it, but it wouldn't be for next to nothing.
Yeah. Well,
No,
you know what I think, Aaron, Art, I made more money at the show when all those people weren't there.
Yes.
We did a lot better when it was just, when it was like, I'm at like 95, 96, 97, up to like 2002, maybe. And it was, remember, 95, your favorite year, Fraga Boom, and how massive it was. And I had video from 96. Those were still only hall A and B.
Yeah.
And now it goes hall F or G. It goes all the way to
it's
H.
Yeah.
No, well, H is the movie, the giant, the other hall where the actors go and stuff. But the floor of the con itself is A through G.
Just remember,
Artist Alley is all the way in G.
People save all year for that show. They save up, and
It's a pilgrimage.
Yeah, but you made more because those people were saving up, and that let's call it a piece of pie. It wasn't cut up as much.
Yeah.
And there
Well,
weren't crazy things taking huge chunks out. Like
right.
meet your favorite star, spend $300 for a photo next to them, you know,
Or
it's
just to eat.
Well, yeah.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
interesting. I had a conversation with the great Bill Stout. We were talking, this is pre-COVID, and he was very fed up because he brought up an excellent point. He goes, all these younger people, and it's mostly the toy collectors and the movie fans, right? But he said the younger people, they'll like put up multiple computers screens, right? And so when they say tickets are on sale, they'll like, blah, 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 you know, like, and they'll just buy up all the tickets like in a matter of minutes, right? And so he says, he goes, Aaron, the guys that buy our artwork that are basically our age, they don't want to fart on a computer like that. He says, they can't even get tickets to come in here and buy our stuff.
Yeah.
They're totally blocked out because of all this other stuff going on. So it's not just a matter of people not having enough money. It's a matter of the people that could and would buy our stuff are not even getting into the show.
But you know what? That's a good point, because a lot of the tickets that go out are bought in blocks by these major companies. Like, let's just use Netflix as an example. They buy for their personnel, but they probably have big blocks too as perks and things for clients.
And not just tickets to the show, but the hotel rooms and all that other stuff.
Dude, when parking, I remember I went there in 2016. 2018 was the last one I went to. I took the train, but 2016 we drove. Parking, which was almost a mile away, was $80. $80 to park.
Wow.
Talk about biting into a budget.
Damn.
Well, the thing is, now my son goes every year with me, but what he does, because he's not exhibiting, right? So, you know, if you're just going there to attend and hang out, what you do is you get an Airbnb that's, you know, 3 or 4 miles away from the convention center, and you just Uber in every day. And that's what he does, and it's a piece of cake. But I'm like, dude, I'm not hauling all my stuff every day on an Uber 3 or 4 miles, you know. So, but if you're just going to hang out and attend, that's the way to get around those hotel. The problem is you have to end up staying, you know, hanging around with no place to, you know, rest your weary bones while you're waiting for the next party or dinner that night or whatever. And then you end up, you know, Ubering back to your place at, you know, midnight or 1 a.m., which is a little bit more difficult, but it's you can save a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, well, I could, because I did our pricing from last year's San Diego Comic-Con of like how much our costs, and cost returns. Our hotel last year was $2,800.
Oh,
for the hotel for the San Diego Comic-Con.
for a room that you just shower and sleep in.
Yep. Our airfare was $1,800. Our shipping was $740.
Oof.
Our dining was $2,000.
Judas Priest, what are you eating?
Just I had the 2 boys with us. And
Okay, yeah, your family.
Everywhere you go out, and then you know, I would buy dinner for people, take our friends out, but you know, our kind of friends, you know.
Yeah, and how about the time it takes to get a seat at a restaurant?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to haul like 2 miles in past the old town just to find an open area.
Yeah,
Right.
we learned to make reservations now because that last Wednesday the show ends at 9:00, and we walked around trying to find a place to eat. And
On a Wednesday night, you couldn't?
Wednesday night at 9:00 after the show, you couldn't find anything so we ended up at this amazing place. Which Aaron, I'll let you know about it because I'm hoping to go there again this Wednesday. It's it's called Carnivore or something. Debbie would remember, but it's all game animals. Like you get venison.
Say that again.
Game animals.
Oh, game
Wild
animals.
boar,
Yeah,
pheasant.
not gay animals.
All right, I wasn't sure what he was.
Elephants and dolphins. That's all they have.
Porpoises.
All right, and Aaron Lopresti, I don't know why you shared this. I'll share it, I guess. And
What did I share?
you know, Lily might forget this, but I don't know the context of it. But
Oh, here I'm getting
context of
set up again. I'm getting set up
my.
again.
it? What? Oh, okay.
I had
I get you and Shelly like white
Guys, we
wine.
need
Oh,
that.
I had
get it.
nothing to do with this.
We need
I'm
that at the next
totally
Hawaiian
innocent.
shirt cigar
My
get together.
I am totally innocent. I had nothing to do with
Terrible.
that.
She was not
Disavow,
into
Aaron. Disavow.
I disavow.
I was waiting. That's what I was waiting for.
You know what was bad about that picture is that it was white wine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was she doing? Unless it was a
wasn't
nice
into it,
and
though.
cold Riesling.
Yeah, she was not into it.
Wow.
Oh, so
And she
Aaron,
wasn't
Blanc.
confident
Yeah.
because she had her hand down there.
Yeah.
Aaron, jumping on your thing about that the people, our audience, our fans, a lot of them can't even get into the show.
Right.
So I was talking to Robin Moore, Terry Moore's wife, Strangers in Paradise, Terry Moore, and she's like, "This is our last year setting up. We're not setting up anymore."
Wow.
And
This may
I'm
be
like,
my last year.
Yeah,
This may be my last year.
yeah, we've got a plan. We'll see how it works out. But I said, like, what do you mean? You know, because this is a shock. This was a shock that someone says they're not setting up, and it ended up there's like 4 other people that are not setting up anymore. But she goes, this isn't our audience, you know. And I'm like, well, some of them are. And at that moment, 2 giggling furries came running by right past us, holding hands with their fucking tail. Robin goes.
Those people have always existed. It's just there's a lot more of them at the San Diego show.
A lot of anime, you know, like manga, you know, a lot of that, and not really.
But you know what? I mean, I would do, you know, the show every year until we moved to Texas, and I've always done good in Artist Alley. But the day for the comic book people is that preview night.
Yeah.
You know, that's when they come. It's when they buy the artwork. That's when Artist Alley lights up. So there's still there were glimpses, you know, there were little glimpses of like coolness, but like 90% of it or 80% of it was just like trying to travel, trying to get food, you know, spending more money than it was worth to eat, and just all kinds of stuff. It was absolutely absurd. And it's just not worth it. I remember, and Dan probably does too, just driving up to the Marriott, having valet park your car and just get a hotel that night. Drive in and get the hotel that night. Like, man, those were great. Those were great shows, man. That was like little effort.
Well, you know, now it's like Saturday, which is always the big day for any con, right? Saturday.
Right.
And at Saturday at San Diego, what it's become is Saturday is the worst day for comic book artists because everybody's in a Hall H. Everybody's there to meet celebrities, and there's more people there than you can't even move, and yet none of them are stopping your table. I have Tumbleweed City every Saturday. It's absurd.
I want to see the results of this year because that may totally change.
Yeah, us too. This is going to be just like the both of you guys. This is sort of a, you know, we'll see how it goes of what we're going to do, because I've got a tremendous spot and I can't afford to give it up.
I know I have a great spot, but
I know exactly where both of you are.
So I'm paying for 2 tables, $4,000 just for that.
You're by Art Adams and Joyce, right?
Yeah. Well,
I know exactly where you are.
Art Adams is on the other side of me.
And Billy, you're in the same spot you've always been in, right?
Yep.
That's a sweet spot.
Yeah, and I got a single with 2 end caps.
Yeah.
It's like 6 G's or whatever, but still, it's incredible. But we might partner. We're actually talking to some dealers, and we might even partner up. So, because again, if I don't pay for that booth, I'm $6,000 already in the black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and I'm so stressed out because again, it costs us $12,000 to do this show when it's all said and done, when it comes to, you know, even printing our books and all. And I'm like, man, is this, and the stress. And then, you know, I made more money profit at like Garden State this weekend than I make at San Diego.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I never got a booth at San Diego. Like Artist Alley was always free for me. And so, you know, you just pay for your hotel and your travel expenses. And I lived in California, so it's like a 2-3 hour drive. So it wasn't too bad. So it was always cost effective for me. But anybody like you, Billy, or Aaron, or anybody that had to fly in and all that other stuff, that's expensive, man.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you going to be all by yourself? Is anyone coming with you, Aaron, this year?
His brother or his son.
Yeah. my son and his wife are coming, but I mean they're not like staying anywhere near. We're flying in together, and I'll see him during the day, and maybe I'll get him to. See, the great thing about his wife is she gets tired of walking around, so it's like, hey, sit at my booth and watch my stuff, and then I can leave for a while.
Aaron's gonna go shopping.
Get comfortable,
She's like my wife.
Pillow. Sit right here.
I always thought, like, as a great aside, like if you wanted to make money, you were an entrepreneur. Is how like golfers have caddies, like they should have like some kind of service like that for like shoppers. So you can hire this guy and he'll caddy for you. So you get all your action figures, you get all your books and stuff, and that guy carries them all around.
Yeah, but the best is when you're looking at like some book, you say, "What do you think? What's the read on that book?"
What's the read?
Well, right. I think that's a good buy. I think you can haggle it down a little bit.
But you know what? I'm not sure about 40. That CGC grade. You might want to hammer it out some.
That's probably about 15% too high, Graham. I think
the worst.
There's a guy on the other side of the hall, and he's got a better condition at a better price.
Yeah.
I'm a caddy. I can tell a lie.
Yeah. That book's been restored. Stay away.
When IDW releases artist editions and they have them there at the show, and it's a hot one that's going to sell out, that's the worst.
Yeah,
because then you got to carry them home.
Yeah. Or unless you know somebody that works there and you go, man, can you just please put it in the back, write my name on it.
I was with Chuck Dixon one time, and this guy had this Boris Karloff autograph framed, and I was like, oh man, I think it was like $200 or $300 at the time. This is back in the 90s, and I was like, oh, look at that. And he goes, you should get that. I said, I don't. Oh, you know what? I think I had to borrow the money. I don't think I had the $200. And Chuck says, I'll lend you the money. You should get that. So I ended up getting it and FedExing it home. And I'm glad I did, because it hangs in my living room now. But I did the same thing for him. He was looking at a Ditko piece. And I said, oh, you should get that, Chuck. He goes, you think so? I said, yeah. He got it, and he ended up selling it many years later for like $20,000 or something. He got a hell of a deal on it.
Yeah.
Well, I've learned as a collector. I have learned over the years. I've told this story before, but I met the guy who he has a little shop, poster shop on Hollywood Boulevard, and there's a book called Graven Images, and it's just like I'm sure you've seen it, Graham. It's got all these movie posters and movie memorabilia from horror films, and it's this guy's collection. And I was in his shop back when my son was interning at Legacy Special Effects in Burbank, and so we went down to Hollywood Boulevard, and he told me this. I met the guy, and he told me the story about how in the 70s he was a school teacher, and Larry Edmunds bookstore, which was right across the street from him, which was like the famous movie poster place, they had a Frankenstein one sheet hanging in the window. Number one, that's stupid because it'd get bleached out by the sun. But two, he said the guy I think it was $1,200. And this is mid 70s, 75, 76. He said he didn't have the money. He said, but he went to like this loan shark place, those get cash now, and it's like 20% interest or whatever, to borrow the money. And because he said he knew it was going to be worth a fortune. So he bought it, and then he paid this loan back. And now, of course, it's worth like $800,000. He has the Mummy one sheet that's worth $1 million, the most expensive movie poster.
Oh my gosh! They really worth that money.
That's an amazing poster.
Yeah, wow. I mean, he's got all this stuff. He's got stuff like from Phantom of the Opera, the original, Lon Chaney Sr. Just unbelievable. But anyway, so I remember hearing this story, and it makes you think back at all the times you're like, oh, I could have bought this for $5, but it was all the money I had, so I didn't want to spend it. And it's like, when you find something like that, you buy it and you figure out how to pay for it later, because it's always going to pay off in the long run.
Yes, you're right.
So right now I'm in the middle of paying off a $3,000 comic book, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
No, tell us what it is.
I'm going to tell you.
No, you can't do that.
No, you can't do
what
that.
it is.
You
already Dan and I know what it is.
I'll tell you guys the back room.
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny.
But I'm just telling you I'm just telling you, I was like, I can't afford this. I'm like, but I'm not going to freaking let this thing go because I kept thinking of that guy's story. So I'm like making monthly payments on it, trying to get it.
Yeah, no, that's great, dude.
Man.
Yeah.
Well,
thinking
of,
that's a famous
Well,
story.
don't say it's great. We don't know what book
And
it is
funny.
yet.
Oh,
No,
It's famous and funny.
Oh,
man.
actually,
It's great.
It
Fraga,
is.
you know what it is because you found it at that show.
I know,
Yeah,
I know,
and
but
so
and I
do
know
I.
who you got it from. You got it from Mike and Richard.
Yep, Big Rock
Yeah.
City.
Yeah,
I was standing right next to Dan.
That's
yeah.
right.
I was
your fault.
oozing. I was oozing all over those things, man.
I know it's your fault, man.
Yeah, my
You know the
DNA.
best part about that is Dan and I both touched it.
Yeah, I was gonna say my DNA is
Wait, I gotta wipe your
all over
finger-
that
You
thing.
gotta write your fingerprints
In a
off
way-
of whatever else you
In
left
a way,
on there.
shape, or form, my DNA is all over that.
And I'm gonna like, why
That's
is
right.
it all cloudy?
Yes.
Jeez.
Why are these pages stuck
Ew.
together?
No, it's sealed
No, it
in
was
plastic,
slabbed.
so he
It
doesn't
was
have to worry
slabbed
about
up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow you
Yes,
guys
that's
broke the seal.
Oh,
You guys
know.
got your DNA in
Yeah,
there
that was just,
somehow.
I
You gotta
love that.
go,
guys
you gotta
broke the
go.
seal just to deposit in there. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh man.
Jeez.
I can see Andy doing that.
Well, we got a $5 super chat. Speaking of original art and books and stuff like that, guys, have you checked out Bill Cox's original art expo in Orlando this January?
That's first I've heard of
dude,
it.
I couldn't. When I get around that stuff,
Thank you, TJ.
it makes my heart race, and you start thinking crazy thoughts, kind of like you did, Aaron. It's like
Yeah.
if I saw certain things, like let's say there was a Mobius sketch, right?
Mhm.
Imagine there's a Mobius sketch, and it's like $5,000.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I can sell my blood.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'd
Start right,
I
exactly.
can sell my
Can I
blood.
get rid of?
Yeah,
How many deposits can I make in a day, and how much do I get paid for each
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Dude, there was a I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. If you have a look back, the Wrightson book, there's part
Yes.
of it is
Mhm.
represented in there, but not the whole thing. There's a Frankenstein comic book page he did that was supposed to be like a sample for an Italian publisher, and it's brilliant. Okay, it's freaking awesome. And Thibodeau, you know that guy?
Mike Thibodeau, yeah, he was Kirby's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the artist. You know the guy that inked Kirby on those.
I
Mike
just
no.
said that. I just
Yeah,
said that.
that's
He's
him.
Kirby's guy. He's like Kirby's
No,
friend.
it's not
and
Tom Thibodeau. It's
I know it's Mike.
Mike
Mike.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, that guy. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So he had that page, right?
I'm
No,
glad
like,
it's not
Tom
me
Thibodeau's
that
the coach
show,
of
it's
the-
Aaron.
Tom
Where the hell
Thibodeau.
did Tom come from?
Yeah, I didn't
Dan's
never
like
said
Mike
Tom.
Thibodeau.
Mike.
Mike Thibodeau. Aaron's like, no, not
Mike.
Tom, Dan.
No,
What's his
Tom
name?
Thibodeau is the coach for. Is he like Chicago? I can't remember who's
Dude,
the NBA
He's
coach.
got a
but anyway,
he's got a Barry Windsor Smith collection that'll make your eyes roll.
Shit. Yeah. See,
well, he
now,
had this
Really?
rights.
now you're
He had it
talking.
for sale, and it was. The first time I saw it, it was like $2,500, and this was like early 90s or mid 90s. It was after Sludge, so I had no royalty money. I had no money, and I was just crying because it's one of my all-time favorite pieces. And then I saw it the next year. He had it. He still had it a year later, which I couldn't believe. And then he wanted $3,000 for it a year later, right? So it just kept going up, just out of my price range. I tell you right now, if I had to do it over again, I would have mortgaged everything I had to get that piece. Because you know that it's probably worth $50,000 right now or more.
Oh, yeah.
At
So-
least.
Jeez.
But that's the things I keep remembering.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, I
we
want to
also
ask
have
you guys,
real
okay,
quick-
so if you're collecting, how hard is it to sell? Because I always heard like
Hard.
sell, yeah, because you have to find that right person, right?
Well, okay, now hang on a second. It's hard for me to let go of it. It's not necessarily hard to sell because you always
Right.
pretty well connected to know who's buying what.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah,
wanna move
and
something.
there's if you like, I love original art and any sort of scans I can get of it. I love all the artist editions
Mhm.
and such. And I'm on a few of the fan groups, and what you find out is there's a collection of guys that are like the 6-figure, 7-figure collectors.
Mhm.
You know, the Dave Mandel's, Larry Gravitz, Jim Reed's. Like there's a guy whose nickname is the Vacuum because he literally like gets everything, and they work big boy stuff. You know, Liefeld's in those groups.
Oh,
He's
wow.
got so many John Byrne X-Men pages, but they're like titans trading cards, you know. Oh, you got a Frank Miller Daredevil page? Yeah. Well, I really like your Starlin. I'll take 2 of those Starlins for one of those Millers. And no, I'm not kidding.
Oh,
So,
did you see that Frazetta painting just went for
6
$5
mil.
million? Or 6 mil?
Wait, what painting was it?
Which
It's
one
the
was
Molly Hatchet one.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
where
Well,
the
no,
guy
wait a minute, they
walking,
used-
walking
it?
through
Molly
the
Hatchet
valley,
used several of his paintings. Which
Yeah,
one?
no,
was
it's the Viking one where
Yeah.
he's kind of stepping
where he's
forward.
stepping
he's got the
forward
red
through
hair.
valley.
Yeah,
Red beard. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's set,
6 million.
yeah,
6
set the
million.
record for comic / fantasy art sales.
Yeah, most expensive fantasy art.
Wow.
Jeez.
See, and back in the 90s, you could have got that for $500,000.
Probably.
Probably. I don't know. Ellie was
I
still alive.
couldn't
So I don't know about that, but
No, they
William
had
Sleeper. Just real quick, I'm sorry. $4.99 super chat. Thank you, William. I'm a pro illustrator. About to launch my first Kickstarter. I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con. I could do all my East Coast cons for the cost of doing San Diego. Absolutely.
True story.
Yep.
True story. And
Good
good luck
maybe in
on
New
your
York.
good luck on your crowdfunder, man.
Yeah, good luck. And
Best of luck,
let's,
yeah.
let's get into our campaigns, guys. Because we got about 20 minutes left. We've been going already an hour and 31 minutes.
Ooh, to be exact.
But yeah, let's start sharing some of the bros, if you will. Let's go into my little private chat there. Aaron Lopresti, first one in. Copy the link.
Yeah, I've got.
Hang on. Chill out.
Okay.
Chill.
Well, you said my name, so I
But
figured
you
it was
guys
my
can
turn.
share. Yeah, if you guys can share your share your
Yeah.
pages. It's a lot
I'm
easier.
ready. I'm ready already.
Mine's
Oh,
in there.
dang, all right.
Oh no! Wait a minute. Now I have. Do you have?
No. You just chill out, old chum. Wraith of God. Booyah! Blood
There it is.
Hunters.
There it is. Hey, yeah, this is a horror western fantasy superhero. Just throw in every genre you want, but it's kind of a Batman of the Old West. And this is the second issue. The first one, of course, was The Wraith of God, the graphic novel that had him battling werewolves. This one's he's battering. He's battling Nosferatu type vampire with his bride. So it kind of is an old Hammer horror film.
There should be a German Nosferatu called Nazi Ferratu.
Oh,
Oh boy, that'd go over well, wouldn't it?
That'd be a CG vampire.
That's
Yes.
right. This sucker is 100 pages. You've got
Get it?
3 backup stories that go along with the Bloodhunters story. That includes Garbage Man, Kit Carter, the card you just saw there, Galactic Ranger.
let's go to Kit. I like that. I could stare at this all damn day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so you get a story, 15 pages of her. Then you get 15 pages of. Keep scrolling, Billy. Keep scrolling, brother.
Did you hit that stretch goal? Did you hit the
Oh, yeah.
card stretch goal yet?
Yeah, do you get the card? You get the Dan Lawless Wraith of God card.
Gorgeous.
This is all free stuff. Adam Miller, the winner of
Adam
the
Miller.
fan art contest that upset Mark Brooks so much. This is going in the book, and he got paid for it. And you got 4 cover choices. The Biz,
Man.
the Lopresti,
I love
wraparound
that,
cover,
Aaron.
the Lopresti Tales of Suspense cover, and the Lopresti tribute to Tomb of Dracula #1 cover. So
Love it. Love the skin. Love the legs. Love it all.
But you've got backup stories in here featuring, like I said, Kit Carter, Nightclub, which is
Love
a
this.
team that was introduced in the Garbage Man trade paperback, and then you've also got a Garbage Man backup. So Garbage Man, Kit Carter, and the Nightclub are all backup stories as part that go along with this. So it's a great value, and I just put up the here's some Garbage Man pages colored by our own Dan Lawless.
Yeah, these colors are. I mean, the whole book looks fantastic, but these are exceptional.
Yeah, he's it's almost like they should be blacklight posters, you know.
Yeah.
You could make one.
I could. I just got I fulfilled the Wraith of God #1 second printing or second chance campaign second print. Those have all been fulfilled. So I took the books that I overprinted, and they're now part of this campaign. So you can order them through the secret perk. If you've already ordered, you can now add them on to your existing order. Or if you haven't ordered and you're waiting, now you can get a 2-pack of Wraith of God Bloodhunters along with the second printing of the first issue. So Kelsey Shannon's coloring that story. So we got a bunch of CG talent working on this, and it should look really, really good. And looks like I'll be done in August. That's what I was.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of Kelsey Shannon, he's got a campaign that just launched yesterday for his sketchbook on Fund My Comics. It's called Scribble Layout Design Works by Kelsey.
Yep.
200 pages for $30.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys, if you get a chance, check it out.
It's on Fund My Comic. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Aaron, so Aaron, you're approaching $145,000.
Knocking on the door.
My goodness, my friend. So how does one defeat the evil? What is the goal to defeat the evil? Oh man, you got about 60 G to go, right?
Yeah, to catch the evil of Rainey.
The evil of Rainey.
But hey, look at that girl closed like the last 2-3 days of that campaign. She raised 30 grand, so it can be done. Now I'm not as good looking as she is, so I'm at a disadvantage.
Get out of here!
Hey, don't sell yourself short now. Dye that beard black. There you go.
Yeah, pump up the boobs.
I don't get that. I don't get the views.
Show some legs. Show some legs, Aaron.
Shimmy Show us the Lopresti shimmy.
Yeah, channel your inner Lana Turner, buddy.
That's right.
Or Tina.
Make your voice higher too.
Yeah, and the links, guys, to all these campaigns are in the description. So please, please check them out. You know, right now we've got 213 people watching. Thank you all. Even guys, you could do us a huge favor. Just share our campaigns on social media, like this one, Fragaboo.
Okay, I am taking my turn, my opportunity. Everybody knows about my book, but I want to tell you about Amarok. This is from Josh, who is known by Art Jedi. This kid is 18 years old. Okay, he is fantastic. So much so that I hired him to do a Rascal story for Black Flag, which he knocked out of the park. It had inks by none other than Marlo Alquiza from Extreme Studios. Marlo got a lot of his heavy lifting done inking Stephen Platt, and you'll see when I scroll through this that this artwork is just incredible. This is an 18-year-old kid. This is his first campaign. He's got John Levisay on inks, and he's got Andrew Dahlhaus on colors. He has a beautiful Rob Willis cover. He's going to have a Dave Finch cover. He launched last night on Dave Finch's stream. And I want to, show him what we can do with our audience, and let him see that we got the love for it too. This artwork is incredible. What he reminds me of is a little bit of me when I was 18. How much I was hungry for it. This kid is all about comics and all about giving us what we like as an artist. And he also reminds me of young Art Adams. So this is
18
like
18 years old.
18 years old. So
That's
if you guys
crazy.
just take a look at the campaign, Amarok. It looks awesome. I did my same ninjutsu. I was backer number 1. The secret to being backer number 1, guys, I'm gonna let you know what it is. If you go to the mailing list address, that list becomes the campaign once it goes live, that same web address. So I sit there hitting refresh, and when they go live, I'm on the page and I buy something, and I'm already logged in to Indiegogo, so I don't have to log in and put all my info in. It's already in. So that's how you
How did you become backer number 1? You weren't even home yet.
I was in the car with my brother David.
Man, so he's doing all that driving, and you're just sitting there ignoring and refreshing
He's
on your
doing that
phone.
buying.
Yeah, no, I could talk and refresh, Andy. I've got that kind of youthful brain. I may have turned 50, but I'm not Andy Smith 50. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, Andy Smith.
Fraga 50. And speaking of 50, real quick, I got Spaceman. Thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. Hey, bros, watching the New Jersey meetup makes me miss my hardcore collecting days in the 90s. Great fellowship. Hail Comicscape. Thank you, Spaceman.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah,
it was
man.
like the 90s, how it really was. Like it was a comic centric con.
The energy was so good, man.
We were smoking cigars and drinking scotch, drinking wine. I was fine. I got up at 6:30 Sunday morning to go home because I had to drive all the way out east. First of all, it took me 3 hours to get there Friday night. It took me less than an hour and a half to get home Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But all I drank, remember Friday night we had wine and our other drinks.
Yeah.
And I threw the flag on the field, and I said, you can do whiskey and beer, and you can do wine and beer, but do not do wine and whiskey, or you will regret it.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I did it. Now I was hurting in the morning there. I was hurting.
Hey, when I drove back on Monday, I pulled over at a rest stop and put the seat back and took a nap for 22 minutes.
Did you really?
Oh, I was
Holy
passing
crap.
out. I was dying because I was so tired from the show and everything. And you get just so bored driving.
Yeah.
And I was really dozing. I'm like, oh, shit, here's a rest stop. I pulled on over. I turned the engine off, put the seat back, and just dozed off for about like half an hour.
That's when I kicked on the live stream because I was I hit a wall at about 3 o'clock driving back. Dennis took over, but I didn't want to like crash out, and Dan was tired, so I just did a live stream to kind of pep us all up.
Yeah.
Dennis
And
was
I'll tell
driving.
you, speaking of that, Dennis having his wife and his kid do the Waze, the voices of Waze. Take a left. I'm gonna kill you. There's a hazard in the road.
Yeah, his wife does the voice, and so does he, and so does his daughter. But yeah, his wife's like, "Go right, I'm gonna kill you," just like that. And it's like it's so soothing until you get that "I'm gonna kill you," and you're like, "Whoa, no need
a good
for that. I
time.
will go right."
You better watch out for Dennis's braking skills because your face will slap the part of the car.
I told you.
I got to figure out how to do that and do that for Debbie's phone and not tell her.
Oh yeah,
Make it right.
exactly.
Andy Smith, what are we looking at here?
Oh, I sent out an update today. I sent out an email blast. This is one of the newer pages I thought I'd show. It's Cordrath. He's going against the Dark Worm that Bud Root designed. So I want to show a little more of the art, little progression. This is page 55. I got 65 already to slap ink on tomorrow. So I got some work done today. Had to cut the grass. You got to do what you got to do. So I had to do that this morning.
Wait a second. I thought somebody else was going to cut your grass.
Please. That never happens around here.
Don't
Dan.
you have people, Andy?
No, it looks great, brother. It looks great.
So
And,
yeah, thank you
beautiful.
very much. So go check out Cordrath, Apex Comics. Thank you very much. And 76 pages of ball-busting, bombastic,
page are you
barbarian
on?
action. What's that?
What page are you on?
65
So you got how many?
out of
40.
76.
So you got 11 to go.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
And you got
I got
12, Aaron?
13.
How many?
I got 13.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
see
but
who
are you at the
wins
point where you're
tomorrow,
doing pencils and inks, or are you just doing pencils?
I'm doing pencils and inks, and I may have to do color on the Kit Carter. So that may really slow me down. But
Just get a flatter. Get somebody to do your flats.
Yeah, I will.
we're gonna
I
have to
never
figure
do that,
out
and I always
more.
go, "Why didn't I get a flatter?" So
Well, it
Yeah,
looks great.
exactly.
And of course, our friend, Artie Bear.
Yes.
Talk to us, brother.
Yes,
What was it?
Black and
What-
White
what-
Volume 2, Man v. Machine. Yeah, in a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. So this is the epic conclusion to the origin saga. We're going to wrap this bad boy up. Black, a.k.a. Reed Blackett. White, a.k.a. Whitney Sung. And it's going to be great. There's Kenneth Rockford.
Kenneth Rockford.
Yeah.
He won't sell that to you? That's a shame.
Hey,
I tried.
Artabear, how much original art is left on your campaign, layouts or otherwise? Like as far as no, not for you to do. I'm saying for people to buy.
I took the layouts down, so I think I sold maybe 40 out of 65 pages.
I was one of them, but
I got your note still on that page.
Yeah,
the one that you wanted.
I'll tell you what. If anybody can back original art tiers, do it.
Yeah.
You heard us talking about all this original art and how it goes up in price. This is a new era. This is a new age. So you can get in on the ground floor by picking that stuff up now.
And also, a lot of people aren't working practical anymore. They're working digital. So a lot of us work practical, except for Graham. But Graham, you still do some cover work and stuff, right? Practical?
Yeah, occasionally. You know, pin up type thing once in a while. That
Graham's left us old schoolers in the dust. He's the
But
modern
yeah,
guy
right.
now.
That was a
This
good
chick is so
segue,
hot.
Dan. I was thinking the same thing.
Wait.
So tomorrow we are going to post some original pages for sale for this book, and I do have that page to show off. So, Billy, can I share this?
Absolutely. Let me stop
All right.
screen,
What
please.
are we
Share, my
looking
friend.
at? Let's see.
Here we go. Boom, baby.
Love
Show
looking at your art.
Show us
Yeah.
art.
Oh.
Bring
Bro.
that up.
Dude, that last I mean, they're all great, but that last panel.
Whoa, saucy.
Yeah.
Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Hey, look at that.
I'm gonna jump up, start kicking some A.
Is she
says.
single, Art?
Sort of. Sort
And
of.
ready to
In
mingle.
this story. Yeah, in this story.
Single,
anything.
ready
She
to
is
move.
now. Look at Reed.
Yeah, he's all wiped
Yeah,
out.
he's she just blasted that dude. So yeah, she's cutting her man loose here. She just blasted him, and the villain is getting off on it. What's that?
Spoilers.
Of course.
This is a major
No, we don't
spoiler.
want to hear him. That's what he means.
Now, what
No.
we all know that they blow up robots. That's what he shows us on every page. So we know that's going on.
Well, speaking of blowing up robots,
Who is up robots?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
let's blow up.
Wow,
some
bro.
robots.
Look at the guy. Is that his eyes or guns? That's amazing. Look at that.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So yeah, this is what the color work will look like. So this is the finished page here. This is coming along great. This is a sweet comic book dream come true. I do appreciate each and every one of you for backing this, giving me the opportunity to draw for you, and giving me the time to do it. No compromise. I know it's taking me a little longer than I would like it to, and that you would probably like it to as well. But zero compromises. I have I think 13 pages left, so I'm like Aaron. I got 13
Oh,
pages
knock
left.
on the door, man. You're right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm looking at wrapping up the artwork by the end of the summer, and so there you go. I do really want to let you guys know that I appreciate you giving me the time to draw this thing, and like I
Bro,
said, no
you're
compromise.
killing it.
it'll be worth the wait, folks.
Yep,
Yep.
you worked the wait. Even though when you started drawing it, Whitney was single, and now she's married with 3 kids living in Fort Myers, Florida.
No,
now
hey,
she's
hey,
a grandmother.
hey, Art, Andy, and me will both all 3 of us will be fulfilling around the same time. So you guys are going to
Yeah.
be getting like just
Guys are gonna be getting
massive
so many
cool
presents.
projects all at once.
Yeah, and we're gonna start fulfilling it. We'll be sending our book to the printer in next month, so we'll start fulfilling at the end of August too. So
Sweet.
it's gonna be a good summer for a good Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Graham Nolen, talk to us, brother.
Yeah, well, here we go. Ghosts of Matacumba Key is the connecting book that's going to connect all the Nolan universe stuff. From Monster Island, Joe Frankenstein, the Chenoo, and Alien Alamo will all be referenced, and some folks might be making appearances in this book.
Who are some folks?
The folks that will be making appearances. Those are the folks.
That's almost like what is breadfruit, right? That's a what is breadfruit kind of answer.
Yeah, so this is like a supernatural murder mystery story that takes place today, but goes back to the 1935 hurricane, and 500 people got killed during that hurricane. And we're going to find out just why the ghosts are unsettled today in 2023.
And all 500 of those dead people will be in this story.
Back right there.
Yeah. Some of them will be in silhouette, though.
Okay, that works.
Hey, we're all in it. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all the bros make appearances in this, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, as an aside, all
Is
the
this a
bros
bro
are going
right
to
here?
be in black and white as well.
Oh, okay.
And
Look at
you guys may end up being killed as well. Just
There's
like
Art the
I am
Bear.
right there.
You
Is that
didn't get
Art
killed,
there?
Art. You didn't get killed in this story.
I don't get killed.
No,
What's
no.
happening?
You just got
That's the
scared.
Artabear.
You just got scared.
You
Killed
just
him.
got scared,
Come
ran
on.
off.
You just end up like the dude at the beginning of The Mummy who loses his mind when he sees the mummy.
Yeah, that's right. You just did
Yeah.
He
blathering.
went for a little walk.
Where's Kelsey?
Yeah, that's my favorite page right there. That explosion, that last panel.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the
That's
ba-ba
cool.
boom,
With the
that's
sound
so
effect.
Good.
That's
man.
Kelsey in his
You
backyard, man.
spelled Fraga Boom wrong.
Oh my gosh, that'd have been great. Fragga boom.
Graham, is
But they-
Kelsey the colorist too?
No, Greg Wright.
He's doing a brilliant
Yeah.
job.
Greg is-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Greg
that
is
flaming panel
doing
right
This,
there
it.
is
this
awesome.
teal, this tealish blue, with the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, this
The
look how
warm
this-
and cool colors.
Yeah, dude, how this just pops.
Yeah.
The rain effects look great too.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
Excellent.
give it that, I've been in so many of those Florida storms, I wanted it to feel authentic,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so we got
speak
Misty
jive?
Fahrenheit. She's a little hottie there.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
And Mike Rutowski, badass.
I thought I saw him at the Graham Nolen Hawaiian shirt and whiskey and cigar night.
I thought I saw him there.
Oh,
too.
Cecil?
Look at this. I like the gams. Like the gams.
Right?
Yeah, they're smooching.
Mm.
And I don't mind a girl. I like a girl kissing a guy who with a stubble.
What?
That
Right.
bothers my wife.
What?
She's like, oh, dude. look
Where
at
are you
this."
going, Billy?
No, like when I try to
going
she's
dark.
like, go shave.
I like a guy kissing me with.
No,
stubble.
I like a guy. When I try, come on, when you get the stubble, and guys don't like that. Like that, even
He likes a girl who doesn't mind kissing a guy with stubble. That's what he's
yeah, because
trying
I don't
to
have
say.
that. My wife makes me shave.
Oh, I thought he liked the girl with stubble back in his
Oh,
college days.
snap.
Dylan
Saying
Mulvaney.
Debbie has a beard. What are you saying, Billy?
Yeah, make sure you respect her pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh, then they.
Look at that. You got a Cyberfrog mini print, bro?
Yeah,
Sweet.
that's left over from the other
Yeah, for all
campaign.
the EVS fans. Look at this. You got
Look
some
at this.
alien
Well, here's-
art.
Here's
You
original
actually
art
drew
that I
something
did
on a piece.
traditionally.
I love
There
that
you
one.
go.
It's very Jean Girard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
those
colors.
rocks
The
and everything up
colors.
there?
Yeah, I dig the colors on Alien Elmo as well.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah,
great one.
all your IPs are completely different. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is with the purples.
But yet,
And
they don't
yet-
intertwine with one
Yet
another.
the
right.
same.
Excellent, Graham. Proud of you, buddy.
Thank you. We're
Uh,
only what
Yes, you guys
1,800.
are all kicking ass. I'm proud of you guys.
We're only $1,800 away from 170.
Whoa, come on, guys.
That's right.
Let's hit
Defeat
that.
the evil of Rini.
Yes,
That's
Dave's
right.
keys creeping.
Hand
up.
me,
We got
hand me
new
the baton,
champion.
Aaron. I'm going all the way.
I'm
Going in.
All right,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna share
Tag team
my-
wrestling,
I'm gonna-
man. I'll tag you and you finish her off.
I'll
That's
share
right.
my campaigns real quick.
Do you
I have a
to?
simultaneous campaign running. Right first, of course, is the Shi Senryaku Omnibus, which is on Indiegogo. Look at $77,000. Thank you, guys. We are. Oh, I just refreshed it, and we're almost at 78,000. Thank you, guys. We've got 6 days left to this campaign. It's
Is this
200
going in demand?
Yes, it will go in demand, but we're
Okay.
going to take a bunch of perks down
Oh, Jeff
because of
Barrow.
the limited
Son of a-
edition.
All right. I got to back. I got to remember to back before you close it. Then.
Yeah,
I
the
saw
sad thing-
this. Wait, I saw this. You posted this Daro pin up, or is it a trading card? What is it?
Yes,
A
it's,
trading
yeah.
card.
Well, yeah, Jeff Darrow.
Okay,
did a
I have to ask. Okay, the guy's got an arrow in his head,
yeah,
and did he shoot himself?
yes, not himself.
Okay,
It's
yeah, I'm
called,
trying.
it's called Killed with a Borrowed Sword. So basically, she grabbed his other sword from him, and he shot his arrow, and it hit it off and stuck him in the eye and killed him.
So
It's
it
Jeff
ricocheted
Darrow.
off
He
or
can do whatever
bounced.
the hell he wants.
That's correct.
No,
I
I
got
dig
the
it, but I was
original.
like, well, how did this happen?
Go eat your
Check it out.
lunch.
Look how cool this is. I got the original. I'm
Billy
going to go
girl.
big real quick. This is
Yeah,
my
show us the original, man.
If you go big and show us that, we're gonna go big too, bro, in the pants.
There you go. There it is. It's on
Oh,
vellum.
Oh, that's incredible.
Look at it.
Look
Look at
at
it.
that.
Right? And look at that.
at that
Behave.
Oh.
I love the hair.
Yeah, that's great.
She has hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically that's Jeff Darrow's original. So yes, he fired his arrow at her,
She
She was
blocked
able
it
to-
with the swords,
killed with the sword, it stuck him through the eye, and now he's gonna drop dead.
bounced off of the swords, and got
And-
himself in the eye. Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Look at
So
all
everyone's
those,
gonna-
she statues behind Billy, man. He's just a manufacturer. He's a
Dude, you got it. Look at this. Yeah, man.
Of course, there's little Tooch.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about.
Yeah, so that's some of our statues right there, man.
Oh, behave.
Oh, behave. But guys, thank you so much. Look, get this ugly guy off this thing. Thank you guys for backing us. Again, this is our Indiegogo campaign. We're approaching at the $80,000 stretch goal. You guys will get that Jeff Dow original trading card art, where on the front of the card you see Jeff's original black and white art that's never been published before, and it will be in the book as well. And then, of course, the back is beautiful colors by Hi-Fi Color and Design. And then, I've done it, and some of us bros have done it too. I also like for our Kickstarter backers. Now, here's something that's very interesting, I think. Am I sharing it? Yeah, I gotta make these monitors.
So close to your
Kickstarter, which launched a week and 1 day after the Indiegogo. We have 9 days left to this. Look at this. We're at $72,000. So thank you guys for this. So we're approaching $150,000 unless we're already there. I think we might be there. But thank you guys. And of course, for the Kickstarter too, we offer that trading card. All the same perks. There's a different perk on each one to make them both exclusive to each other. It's two different prints. But you've got some, it's 36 individual short stories created by some of the best artists in comics. Giants. Here's an Adam Hughes never before seen she piece right here. I'm thinking about making that the next trading card.
It doesn't that have a Japanese name? I think it's She Kazongas, isn't it? Isn't that what this one's
right.
called?
I think that's what it is.
I haven't heard Kazongas since third grade.
But yeah, so
baby.
We're approaching that for those out there who do watch Kickstarter. Kickstarter ends, it's over. So when the Kickstarter campaign ends in 9 days, it's over. I am hoping to close out the Indiegogo on the Kings next Monday night. And then hopefully John will have me on the post Kangs, and we'll close out the Indiegogo on that too. But guys,
nice.
We've been going. It's 9 p.m. We've gone almost 2 hours of very long bros. What a great show! What a great time seeing you guys. I already miss you guys. Aaron, I'm so looking forward to seeing you in San Diego. Yes. We're gonna break bread.
Yep.
If you want to come with us by yourself, Saturday night I have a men's night.
I can't do Saturday night because I got my Malibu Comics night, but any other night we can look it up. That's fine. But we'll see you guys maybe Wednesday night, Thursday, Wednesday night or Friday night, whatever. I'll be there. Yeah, I'm coming in Tuesday night. I think.
Tuesday, perfect. Tuesday right there.
I'll be in Wednesday
we're hoping
morning.
to see you soon. Art Tex Thibert. And guys, anything you want to say to everybody?
Yeah, go watch Bancroft. Go see the Art Jedi.
Yeah, he just launched. Didn't Michael just launch his?
Lucid.
He launched over the weekend. Yes, he did.
Yeah. And he's going to
looks amazing.
We're going to have him on Independent Comic Showcase. We're going to record this Thursday.
He's great.
Excellent.
We're going to get some eyeballs on his project.
Yeah, he's going to come on the Pop XP too. I am live for Thursday Night Live this week with Cecil because I had such a gosh darn good time with him this weekend. I'm like, we got to continue this. So Cecil Speaks will be Thursday Night Live with Billy Tucci. And next up is Dan Fraga Boom, right? Fraga. What's next?
I'm next.
Next week is Dan.
Next Tuesday.
He'll tell us.
No, I got to come up with an idea. I'll come up with an idea.
Or we can just chill like we did here.
He'll tell us at 6:45 p.m. next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I always do that.
All right, guys. Listen, guys, everyone, thank you all for joining us for a great show. Pop XP is live right now again, though, believe it or not, with Tom DeFalco. It's his birthday. He'll be on with Steven Semino, Go Boom. And so I'm going to try to pop on and say hello. But
what did you call him, Steven Semino?
Steve and Semino.
Oh, okay.
John
Semino. Yeah.
Yep. So I want to say goodbye to everybody. Have a great night and rock and roll. Thanks all.
All right, guys.
Stay on.
Good night, everybody.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.